It was at this moment that he knew. He f***ed up.
Alright, I hope you guys enjoyed that little B-roll section I put together for you. Now, as you can see from the last video, my drone crashed. And so today I'm here to give you 5 tips to not crash your drone. So just stay tuned for those, and yeah, let's get them started. First tip I have for you is to always have a visible line of sight to your drone. Now, you never want to be able to not see your drone, not know where your drone is. Some people get so caught up in doing this that they forget to actually look up at the drone to know what is above, below, left or right of their drone, and that's where you get messed up. If you know what you're doing, if you know what you're shooting, the angle you want to get, then you don't need to send your drone so far that you are not able to see it, you're not able to perceive what might possibly damage your drone. So that's tip number 1, a visible line of sight for your drone. Alright, so on to tip number 2. If you're flying a drone, then more than likely you're flying a DJI drone. Now, every DJI drone comes with a obstacle avoidance feature. It makes sense to actually have that on all the time. Now, it really does help to prevent your drone from crashing into larger objects. Now, I purposefully turned mine off, and that's why mine ended up crashing into that building. Now, do I regret that? Yes, I do, but we live and we learn. So that was tip number 2, simple. Turn on your obstacle avoidance feature. Alright, tip number 3. Wow, a school of fish behind me. So tip number 3, don't rely on your obstacle avoidance. At least not too much. But Hugh, you just told me that to always have it on and it will protect my drone. Yes, it will protect your drone from the larger objects, but it's not going to protect your drone from stuff like light wires, and those are infamous for catching your drone because at a distance they're so small that you're thinking, okay, your drone is good, and it just gets snagged in it and it can drop from a height that totally destroys your drone. So the obstacle avoidance is good. It protects your drone a lot from the larger objects. Tree branches also, your obstacle avoidance might not pick that up. Small tree branches, the entire tree, sure, it might pick it up, but those tree branches that stick out, it's not gonna find those, and your drone is gonna crash. So obstacle avoidance, good, but not the end all be all to not crashing your drone. It's stuff like this and that your drone does not pick up. Alright, tip number 4, be mindful of how high you take your drone, because the wind strength is much more powerful in the air than it is down here on the ground. And if you're not careful, the wind might just take your drone, drift it away. The next thing is, if you send your drone out pretty far from you and it's fighting against the wind, so the wind is blowing this way and your drone has to come this way, and you're at critical battery, then it's going to take more strength out of the battery to actually fight against the wind. So tip 4, be mindful of the wind. If these guys are having problems with the wind, then your drone might just have problems with the wind also. Tip number 5, the final tip, is if you can always choose to fly in open space. You don't have to be Einstein to understand that the less amount of objects you have, the greater the chances of you not crashing your drone. So if you don't have to fly where there are a bunch of trees or tall buildings, please fly in open space. That's the final tip that I have for you guys. If you guys enjoyed this video, please like, share, leave a comment. What should my next video be about? I am trying to upload every other week. So until then, until next time, thank you and peace.